Right, so we give this roof frame a quick cleaning up with a wire wheel and some 80 grit sandpaper just to break the top off and sort of take the top off any of the surface rust that was on here. So we're going to be treating this and painting this in zinc rich primer very shortly, and then we can put a coat of satin black paint over it. Kevin's been prepping this roof skin, and a similar situation going on here. We've knocked the top off it, we've wire wheeled it all to get all the rust out of any pitted areas. Now what we're going to be using on this to start with is a phosphoric acid mix. So this is mixed 30% phosphoric acid, 70% water. And the idea of this is it's nice and thin, so this will soak into any dimples, any little crevices that are in this roof, and treat all that. Once that's gone off and dried, we'll give it a bit of a wipe down with a cloth as well. We don't want it to build up too thick, because this stuff does turn into like a thick, black, hard coating when it goes off. So we'll give it a quick spray with phosphoric acid, scrub it into all the pitted areas. Then we're going to use a product called Built Amber, which is a rust cure. We've tried many different rust cures. Built Amber's always been our go-to product. It's just pretty much the best on the market that we've found. Once it's been Built Ambered and rust cured, we'll then be giving it some zinc rich primer and then some satin black just to give it a top coat of protection. And again, same again on here. Once all this has been treated and primed, we'll be painting all this frame in satin black, tidying up these edges on the back and the front, and then we'll be ready pretty much to start to fix our roof skin back on the car. It will completely dissolve the rust. Move it a little bit of a healthy hand.
Paintbrush not better.
Right?
Paintbrush not better.
This is a bit harder to get into the...
Or a softer wire brush.
Oh, this looks fine. Get into the dimples. Already working now. So this is the built amber product I was talking about, and this isn't a paid promotion, by the way. This is just a good product that we tend to use. Again, we've tried and tested many rust cures out over the years, and this is just now our go-to product. So basically you just paint this on with a brush, get it on nice and thick. Once this sets, it turns to a black colour and sets nice and hard, and then should protect the car and stop that rust from coming back through. It's a built amber hydrate 80. That's the rust cure we've put on there now. Once that is on, we're going to be using this stuff, which is a etch weld, basically a weld through primer, which we're going to be running up all the edges around where we're welding to, and around the window frame, just around the seams and the edges, just so that we've got some protection behind there so it's not bare steel. Once we've done that and the built amber has gone off, we'll then be using Electrox, which is another built amber product, which is a zinc rich primer, again just for added protection. And once that's gone off, then we're going to put some satin black top coat over that, so that should be well and truly protected for many years to come. And we're also going to use a similar procedure on this roof skin. You can see now this phosphoric acid is well and truly eaten into this rust, and it's pulling it all out of all the dimples and taking it back down to the bare steel. So I'm going to leave this on here for a little bit longer. We'll dry this up, we'll clean it back off, and then we're going to use the Electrox zinc rich primer on top of this. Also go over some of these heavily rusted areas with the built amber, zinc rich primer on top of that, and then the satin black on top of that again. So that should be more than enough protection for the roof. And again, bear in mind, these cars are no longer driven daily. These are a nice, good weather car now. Garage most of the year, and probably only come out on dry days, so it's not like it's going to be getting wet through every day of the week like they did back in the 80s and the 90s when these cars was used daily, which is obviously what ate them away because they wasn't protected very well from the factory. So that's the built amber gone off. That's how it looks. As I was saying, it sets like a black. You can see where it is heavier black. That's where it's now converted that surface rust into this black protected coating. So the next stage, we're going to go around the edge with the etch weld, built amber weld through primer. I'll give this a good shaking up already. I'm just going to go around all these edges now with this stuff. So that's the etch weld on. What we're going to do now, we'll let this go off, give it another little coat in probably 15 or 20 minutes or so, and then we'll go around the rest of it with the zinc rich primer. We've wiped this roof panel down, took the old dirty stuff off and give it another scrub, and as you can see, it's brought even more rust out of that. So we're going to be cleaning this off next, and then going at this with the built amber hydrate 80 and then the zinc rich primer on there as well. So Kev's now going to start to paint this roof in the zinc rich primer, and we'll move on to the next stage of the satin black. that is the zinc rich primer now dry. You can see there, it's got a nice coating all the way around the frame. All we've done here, we've just masked up the edges where we're going to be welding to, because obviously we don't want to be getting paint over the weld through primer. Obviously that just makes it pointless putting the weld through primer on in the first place, because obviously the weld will not take to the paint. So I've masked these edges off. Kevin has finished with the phosphoric acid stages on this roof skin. You can see it's pulled a hell of a lot of the rust out of all this pitted areas now. So again, next stage for this now, we're going to be putting the built hammer on this. But before that, let's jump on here to get some satin black paint on this frame. So that is that bit completed, and then we can concentrate on the roof skin and getting the products bashed on there. So that's all the frame now painted. We ain't going for any kind of quality finish on there, guys. It's just literally for protection. Never going to see this again once the roof skin's on. Kevin's just starting to attack the roof skin now with the built amber. You can see it's just a case of slapping it on, brushing it in, let it do its thing, let it dry, and then we'll start to get the primer on there once this has gone off.
Built amber set.
The nozzles are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, really good.
Right, so that is the inside of our roof skin, all now painted up, treated, primed, satin blacked, ready to go on the car. Just peeled off the masking tape to reveal the weld through primer on the edges, as we said, so we now know we can weld to that. There's no paint on there that's going to cause any issues. Same again under there and all the way across the front. So the next stage for this is grind these edges back, just get the paint off there, get the overspray, clean that back to bare metal on all the corners, just so we've got a nice clean edge to weld to on the outside. And then we can lay the roof skin back on, make some final adjustments, get it all clamped in place, give it a bit of hammer and dollying across the edges, get it all nice and flat, and then we can get this thing welded on and get this job done. Right, so this is the following day. The roof is now dry. We've prepped up our edges around here. We're going to give this another little bit of a tickle up this edge, stick a bit more down to the bare metal. Now we've decided we're going to be plug welding this. Originally we was going to spot weld it with a spot weld machine. However, our spot welder has decided it doesn't want to work. So we've had it up to the repair shop, but there's no chance it's going to be ready for the next couple of weeks. We do need to get this car done because the Ferrari is due back in the next couple of weeks, and we don't want to be welding and grinding and messing about with the Ferrari in here in fresh paint. So this job has got to get done. So we've popped some holes in this corner, in this flange even, where we're going to be plug welding this edge too. Obviously we're going to be seam welding all the way down there, and again plug welding up this edge as well. The roof is all now dry as well, treated, everything as you've seen on the previous clips. So this is all now painted, ready for the roof skin to go on. We are going to be trying to MIG weld these edges. We're going to see what happens here. We're not entirely sure how this is going to work out for us because there is still some little bits of braze stuck in there. We've got as much out as we can. So we're going to have a go at MIGging this. We have tried brazing in the past and it is an absolute nightmare. I did it on my previous roof replacement on my i240 and it was an absolute nightmare, and it's very difficult to do without getting any warpage on there as well. So we're going to start off and see if we can MIG this. If the MIG weld takes and it goes all right, we'll carry on, we'll get this MIGged up and then flatted back. If the weld starts to react with any little bits of braze that are still in there, then we'll have to stop what we're doing and we'll have to go back to the drawing board and possibly braze this. But we'll see how we get on. I'm going to drop this roof on now and we'll see what happens. Squeeze your side under. You're slotted under. Yeah. This is the knackered side as well, isn't it? That'll be really nice. Yeah. That's fully in. Still down, but we'll just have to push it up as we go along. Yeah, let's lift it. We clamp these front and back, can't we? Yeah. At least one in the middle of each one. I wonder if we need to lift this like. It needs to be there, doesn't it? Yeah. Perfect down here. Nice, isn't it? If anything, it's just a bit over, just there. Well, you can get in your whistle, can't you? There as well. A little bits out. Yeah, just need to. Just needs a bit off here at the front. And there at the back. Not a lot though. So that is the roof now on. It's all welded up, seam welded, all plug welds are in, all ground back, that's come up pretty clean. Wants a little bit of fettling just to finish it off, but the bulk of it is done. Under here's come out really well. Where we welded it across there, that's all ground back, turned out really nice. Again, you're never going to see this by the time the black trim is in. There's a trim that runs all the way along this edge. This bit was seamed up, that's come out nice, and again down this back end, all flatted back really well. We do still need to put this bit in. We're going to have to clean this up, get all the rust off it, treat it, and then this needs to be welded in that sort of position up there, like so. There's that still to put in, but that won't take as long. I'll show you around the other side and these back edges as well. These have been ground back. We did MIG these. We managed to get most of the braze out of there and managed to get it MIG'd up. So that's come out pretty nice. Same again on this front corner. Still a little bit of fettling to do, but happy with that. And then under there, that's come out really well as well. And along that seam, all the way down there, again still some little bits of fettling to do. We're not after winning any awards with this. We're not claiming to be professional restorers. This is, again, just a hobby to us. We're just doing this in our spare time. These are our own cars, they're not customer cars. We're happy with them results. So we're going to leave this one here, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this video's been of some help to anyone attempting to do this job. Give us a like, give us a share, drop us some comments, let us know what you think. And we'll see you all in the next video.